Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Thank you so much for coming to my workshop. I'm honored to have you here. This is the big day. We've been waiting for this. So my workshop is going to be about integrating AI tools, artificial intelligence, for personalized and effective language teaching and learning in the ESL classroom. First of all, I'd like to know a little bit about you. So how many of you here are teachers? Raise your hand. Oh, majority, okay. Students? Okay, yeah, or students, or I call them sometimes future potential teachers, right? Most of you, potential teachers. All right.
Teachers to be.
Teachers to be, yes, good. Middle school teachers, okay. High school teachers, private school teachers, okay. We have a mixed bag here. University teachers, okay, nice. All right, yes, young people, that's good. So we are going to talk about AI today. I'm very excited to share many different things about AI that has become a buzzword since December 2022. And so as teachers, remember, we always have to stay ahead of the curve so that we are not late. Yes, we are not obsolete. We are going to talk a lot about that, right? So the goal, of course, is to develop AI fluency. This is what we want to develop in this workshop, to develop AI fluency. Now, what do I mean by AI fluency? Let me lecture a little bit, and then we'll go to the exciting part where you have the examples and the participation and the hands-on. So the AI fluency, we mean by it, identify potential users for the different tools that we have. Now, we have different tools. We don't use them all in the same way and for the same purpose. We can use them in different ways and in different purposes and with different audiences and in different contexts. This is very important to put in mind. The other thing is to discuss the pros and cons. As I was telling some of you earlier, I had to come here half an hour before the start of the workshop to make sure that everything here is working in terms of display, in terms of sound, in terms of this, in terms of Wi-Fi, in terms of all of it. So I missed the inauguration, I missed the keynote speech. And mind you, during that half an hour, we found all sorts of problems in technology. The sound didn't work, the connection was slow. So we have to be aware of these problems. And we have to, again, be ahead of the curve and anticipate what pros and cons you can have with AI. That is, this is not a workshop, or this is not, I'm not going to preach for AI as if it is something perfect, because it isn't. And what we want is to develop AI fluency, develop critical thinking about how you can use AI and technology in general in the most effective way that can help you and help your learners. So evaluate ease of use. We were just talking about this. I can present you with a tool, and then you'll find that it's impossible to use. Impossible perhaps at the beginning, because you are not used to it. And so how convenient, how easy is the AI tool that you are going to use? How easy, how convenient is it to use in the classroom? Because there is a difference between theory and practice. They can preach you all day about how you have to be up to date, how you have to use technology. And then when you are going to use it, you'll find that it is not that easy to use, or it is not that convenient. So we are going to look at that. Determine accountability. Now, of course, in terms of the learners, when we use AI, we are not always sure that they are using it in the way that we want it to be used. You can give your little sister, your child, your little brother, your cousin, your phone, and he says, yeah, mama, I'm going to study, I'm going to read. And then you find that they are playing a video game. So this is what we are saying. We are saying that we want to empower our learners with these AI tools, but we have to make sure and find ways in which we have to determine accountability. That is, that they are using it in the way we want them to use it, and for the purposes that we want them to use them. All of these are about AI fluency. And mind you, right now, all of this is new. So there's no one book that will tell you how to do that. So in fact, we are walking into uncharted territory that we know nothing about yet. We don't know even the risks of using AI yet. So we have to develop this kind of AI fluency or critical thinking when it comes to using AI. Then pilot and improve. Pilot is to try this with a limited number. If you have many classes, don't start all of them at once with using the AI tools, for example, that we are going to talk about. Pilot first. Try it with a limited number first, so that you get used to it, so that you identify the potential uses, that you see the pros and cons, that you evaluate the ease of use. Then you can generate and generalize this to other groups, students, levels that you have. So pilot and improve. So there is a lot of work there on reflection. You have to reflect on the ways you have used that. Then, of course, that's the most important one. And this is why we are here today. We are here to share and discuss evaluations. Because you don't work alone as a teacher. You have come to realize this in the few past years when you are part of a group on Facebook, or when you are part of an association. When you work together, it's always better because you share and discuss and you evaluate your problems and the pros and cons. And so you get input from others. When you get input from others, that's the key thing. It's not only what you determine it to be better for you, perhaps there are certain things that worked for you wouldn't work for others. And so that's what we mean by developing this AI fluency. And from there, you can perhaps then do your own research. If you are a student, then you can say, okay, I found the problem here. I can now use this in my master's degree or my PhD to research problems there. This is what we mean by developing AI fluency. So this is not a workshop about developing AI solutions, ready-made solutions, right? So this is the general goal, of course, of our workshop. We have some objectives there that we go through to provide participants with an understanding of the various AI tools that can be used to enhance language learning, of course, and teaching in the classroom. Then to allow participants to share their experiences and insights about using AI tools in the classroom. And last, to encourage participants to consider how AI tools can be integrated in their own teaching practice. This is, of course, a recapitulation of what we have said in developing all of that, is to put those fluency objectives into these general objectives. So, I have a first question for you. Well, someday you will enter into this classroom. Instead of finding me, you will find a robot here. Will that ever happen in the short term, midterm or long term? Do you think that this is going to happen? Before you tell me, because I know you have strong ideas about these. I know some of you came here like, yeah, well, I'm going to tell him AI. We're going to tell him AI. And see AI. I have something to say about AI. All right? Now, before you tell me that, I want you to turn to someone next to you. Tell him or her, what do you think? Let's go. Let's go, please. Let's go. Turn to someone next to you. Yes or no? That's all. Yes, yeah. Hold on. Let's go. Next to you, please. Someone next to you. Say yes or no. What do you think? If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Good. As a teacher, this is what you do.
Yeah.
You release control, then you take it back. Release, take back. What do you think? Yes.
Technology will never replace teachers.
Never.
The teachers who use
In 1,000
technology-
years.
Yeah.
Never. Okay.
The teachers who use technology will replace the ones who don't.
Again?
That's deep.
No comment.
That's deep. That means we have again to develop our AI fluency. Okay, thank you very much. That's very insightful.
So for me, I personally think it will be a hybrid approach. So there's like a part where there is like a persona, a 3D persona that teach certain modules, okay? And there's a part where we need the human perspective.
Sure.
Like my colleague here, he highlighted the fact that we need emotional intelligence.
Yes.
And this cannot be applied to
No.
AI.
No. A robot will always remain a robot. That is, it would never see how you feel or feel what you feel. At least
For now.
for now. At least for now. We never know. We were surprised by what happened with ChatGPT. Like 2 months ago, we were like, whoa, wait, what is this? So you never know. So everything we say is between inverted commas, like, yeah, you can never feel what he feels. Until the day you're like, whoa, again. Yes, please.
Okay, so I'd be a bit controversial when it comes to this.
Sure.
So when we are talking about emotions, it applies even on the teachers.
Sure.
So, like, let's say that this robot or something learns from your tone of voice that
Sure.
you are tired or
Yes.
something. It would adapt to it. But if you are a teacher and you are tired, you wouldn't understand this. You
Sure.
might, like, sleep on it or something.
Sure, and
So
this is
it's
what we
something
are
that-
saying. We are saying that the possibilities are open. Now, if AI can be in the future trained to learn, because it's all about machine learning, learn about emotions and how is that going to be, we don't know. But we are saying, I think that I would join my voice there to him, and this is probably the theme of our workshop together today, at least for now. AI, I think personally, is not in the midterm, at least, not going to replace teachers, and you would still need teachers in the classrooms. AI is there to support your teaching and help you. It can take care of a lot of different things that we are going to talk about today. Now, you have all heard about ChatGPT, right? Have you used it? Yes. What do you think of it? Who thinks that this is something Excellent. Yes, raise your hand. Like excellent. Okay. Who thinks that it's good? Yeah. Who thinks that this is something bad that shouldn't exist? For now, nobody thinks that. Yes. For now, nobody thinks that. Nobody really thinks like that. For now, but we never know the negative consequences of this. For now, it's all right.
It does make some people lazy though.
Yes, these are potential risks. Now we see that some people are using it to cheat. Sure. Is it reliable? It can sometimes just hallucinate. Just tell you stuff that doesn't exist. And this is what we want, where we come back to where we want control as teachers. This is where we want to come back to control. And this is what, yes?
I think the question of today is not whether or not we get replaced by robots. It's a matter of who controls what,
Sure.
and what controls who.
Yes.
Now, ChatGPT is just an illustration among endless illustrations of simple human brain beating out himself by inventing something as ChatGPT.
Sure.
Now,
It's
are
a
we
human
gonna-
mind that created this at the end of the
Are
day.
we able to keep pace of what we are inventing today?
Yes.
Or are we gonna let what we created take hold on us?
That's
Just like the rest of
that's
everything in life.
that's the question, and a sub question there then becomes, is AI ever going to replace teachers? It becomes
That's the
a very
challenge.
legitimate question within the general philosophical question that you have put, which is very important. Now, so I'm not here to talk specifically about ChatGPT. I'm here to talk about many different tools. So AI tools, we have of course chatbots, ChatGPT. We have text to speech. We have speech to text, and we have image creation. These are tools available to us today for everybody, and for teachers and for learners. Okay, now let's look first at how teachers can use these. Now, I'll give you the slides later on. You can have my email and send you the slides, so don't worry about this. And you will have the video later on, so don't worry about the slides. So, the question then, all of these different tools, how can they support ESL teachers? What I'm proposing is that they can create stories, they can create poems, they can help in essay writing, and we'll come back to some of these. Then, also, as a teacher, AI can help you in lesson preparation first. So it can help you brainstorm ideas. Now, let's start with what we have now, which is a workshop, between inverted commas, a lesson, right? I've used AI to prepare this workshop, to brainstorm ideas. Like when we first were asked to participate in this, I had to brainstorm. What can I talk about? Then make recommendations on resources and topics. It can, you can prompt it to give you suggestions. And then, as you said, it's up to you to decide. It's not only up to you to decide, it's up to you to execute. Because ChatGPT is not with me now. Now that I'm executing the plan that I've put together. Now ChatGPT is not in the background like, hey, say this. Yeah, this is how you say, and this is how you answer the question that you have. And this. No. It can help you, support you.
But you're the actual.
Perhaps even sometimes emotionally. I will say, in case this happens, what should I do? And it will give you a scenario. Now that scenario can happen, can never happen. That scenario can be different, but these are ways to manage your anxieties, perhaps. So make recommend, suggest materials, meetings, meeting standards, and objectives. All of that can be done with, and then this is the preparation. Then the planning itself, which is one of the most, as teachers, my wife is a teacher too. She teaches translation. At night, we are like working the day before. We are preparing. That's what we do as teachers. So I say, finally, there's someone who would support our efforts, because the following day, we don't only prepare, we execute, so that we can focus on the things that matter, which are how our learners are learning, what they are doing in the classroom. So, if AI can do that, why not? Why not generate customized lesson plans for different goals and skills? And then the execution is, don't feel guilty. Some people would like to make teachers feel guilty. Hey, yeah, you are relying on this to prepare your lesson. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Why not?
But I'm customizing it.
But I'm customizing it. I know my learners. I know what to put there and not to put there. Yes, I am.
I know what to add.
Yes, I am. It takes hours and hours to prepare this, and a lot of effort to execute it. So, integrate it, right. Create scaffolded sequence building up to complex concepts, depending, of course, on the level. Perhaps you are teaching at the university. Something theoretical can be very challenging to prepare in a short time. So if that is efficiently taken care of by the AI, why not? Then it can help you in assessment, in quiz, rubric, comprehension questions, and creation. What I want to show you is not ChatGPT. I want to show you Poe. Poe.com by an internet site called Quora. Now let me show you that. Let's go to the practical part now. I want to show you that. So what can you create with Poe? What you can create with Poe you can see that Poe.com has many different chat bots. Some of them you know, like ChatGPT, GPT-4. There are new ones like Claude Plus and Claude Instant. This is by a company of former employees of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. But what I want to show you today is not that. I want to show you how you can create your own chatbot. So, when you go to Poe.com, you could go to here, create a bot. Okay.
So it's an application that you can download on our phones? Or
I'll explain all of that. So for now, just follow this, right? So Poe.com, you go to create a bot. And then here it gives you the bot name, the bot description, base bot. We want to start with a name. Let's say, for example, that you want an ESL advisor, okay? For you, as a teacher, want ESL advisor. We put here ESL advisor. Let's put a number there, just 12 or something like that. The most important part in the creation of the bot is this, is the prompt. what do you want your bot to be about? What do you want it to do? So I have here a description. I copy the description and I put it here. I'll read it with you. I'll read it for you. Be an EFL advisor. Talk to me like an expert. Base your expertise, for example, on the communicative approach and the theories by Stephen Krashen, for example. Just an example. Okay? And I'll put here, and this is important for later on for our learners, I'll put here, do not answer anything outside of that. Okay? Then create bot. Then our bot is created. It is here. Let's start with the first question. Let's just experiment, right? We are experimenting here. So let's ask a question. I have a class of 40 students. Just a minute. Just a minute. I have a class of 40 students. How do I deal with this big number? It gives you instantly the
Classroom management tips.
exactly. It gives you instantly the answer. With a large class, it is important to maximize the limited time you have with the students. Such lessons based on approach and Stephen Krashen. So it goes to the web, and of course you have to read this and make sure that it is not hallucinating. You have to check. Remember, mitigate risks. So don't take for granted what it is saying. Yes.
I need to know why you are limiting it to a specific spectrum. Like, can it be just read to any?
As I said, I gave the example of Stephen Krashen. I can delete that. I can delete that. Okay, let's see this. What did it say? What did it say?
Answer anything
What did it
outside.
say?
Do not answer anything outside of it.
Now you give this to your learners, you are not worried that they would use it in a way that you don't want. That's accountability. That's limiting the technology to what you want. Because that's the problem with ChatGPT. You give it and then people start with asking, yeah, how do I become rich? How do I have a Bugatti? Yeah, I want to become like Andrew Tate. Oh my God. And so things can get out of control. You don't want that and even for you, as a teacher, you know, sometimes you are just working and then you start, how do I quit teaching? How do I get another job? You're just like, yeah, when your mind will go, yes. So you want to limit that, right? So we can have many others. Yes. My favorite, because I'll tell you a secret that my students know, which is that I'm very bad with names. I am very good with remembering faces, but with remembering names, I just have a huge problem. So I used that, and I asked, I started applying this already. I asked, how can I learn the names of my learners? And then it's going to suggest to you, here are some effective tips to help you learn the names of your learners. Get a class roster and review it regularly. There is a roster, the list of your students, which is not something that I used to do a lot. I used to like look at it at the beginning of the year, and then a bit in the. Now I try to put names like with letters there on faces, and that helped me a lot. So you can have all sorts of other tips, of course. Now, where I want to go now is you can, let me give you a third one and the last one, right? A third one and the last one. Let me read this for you. I have a lesson about prepositions of time and place, at, in, at, on. What kind of questions my learners might ask me, and how can I answer them? You prepare a lesson, you do everything, you are very happy, then you go into the classroom.
I feel like a genius.
Sir!
I have a question.
Why on here and not here?
I saw it coming.
And that's we have blind spots. Like we prepare to the best we can, but we have blind spots. And sometimes we don't. And sometimes when you are asked a question, like your mind goes blank. Even if you know the answer, you are like, oh my God, what is this? And so you can already anticipate some questions. Some, not all. But at least you limit, because this is about mitigation. It's not about elimination of risk, it's about mitigation. So possible questions. Doesn't hurt. Before you go to the classroom, you review those questions and you say, okay, just in case. It can help you with that. Now, I'm sure you have many questions in mind, and I'm going to give you the floor to do that in a few minutes. So, but we are teachers, it's not only about us, it's also about our learners. We want these tools to be in the hands of our learners in a responsible way. That's what we want, right? So this is not only about that. So let's create another chatbot. Let's go to create. This time, let's say you want to create a dictionary. So let's name it. Dictionary 1, 2, 3. All right? Dictionary 1, 2, 3. What is the prompt
There is no
that we are going to give it? This is my prompt. I'll read it for you. I'll read it for you very quickly. So let me read for you the prompt. B, this is your prompt. You are asking it to be. B, an English dictionary for ESL learners. Provide a max of 2 definitions for a word in A1 level. So you can even tell it the level. Then provide phonetic transcription in American and British English. Provide 2 examples. Provide 1 MCQ, multiple choice question. 1 MCQ at the end about the word and its meaning, and ask the learner to give an answer in order to test if they understood the question, the word and the meaning or not. And remember here, be an English dictionary, but you can replace this with be an English, French, Arabic, French, whatever you want. So again, this is very customized. Then, here we put our create bot. We go to my dictionary. Let's have a word. Let's have the word house. House. American British. A building. Remember, we instructed it to give 2 definitions. Okay. Building where people live, etc. Then the complete. Then examples. How many? 2. A large colonial house with several bedrooms. He started his business from his house. MCQ. What does the word house refer to? A place of business. B, a residential home. C, an assembly building. D, a hospital. Now, it is, of course, for us, B. So let's put here B and enter. Correct. That's it. Okay? Now, yes.
Please, how can we use this tool with the learners?
That is, you create this. Now, that's a very good question. How can we use this with the learners?
Should be good at instruction.
For example, I'll give you examples and then I give you the flow because this is workshop, remember. For example, you can have it here, that is in your classroom, depending on what you have in the classroom. Because we know, as Algerians, living in an Algerian society, working in public schools and universities and in even private, sometimes we don't have access to technology. So this is why at the beginning I said, develop AI fluency. There are problems there. I was talked about how I had a problem myself. So you can have, if you don't have, now they are talking about tablets for each learner, you don't always have that. But perhaps you have a laptop in your classroom. You can have that laptop. Whenever a student or a learner wants to know a word, they don't ask you, they ask the chatbot. You can put I've seen already some people put in the laptop where the learners can access it. So you tell them, go and check, look up, search. So you develop AI fluency in them. That's what we want. That's one scenario. But I'm sorry, let's go to the scenario that we want right now, which is, let's have you create a chatbot. So, I'm not sure about the technology now that you have. Perhaps some of you have a smartphone, some of you don't. Do you have smartphones here? Yes, you can use that, no problem. So, let's go to your smartphones. Let's go to your smartphones, please. Let's go to your smartphones. Go to, what is the name? What is the name of our, wait, of our first chatbot? Let's check the name. Yes, let me check the name of, what did we call it? Here it is. It is this. It is, go directly to this one, it's better. So, I want you to write po.com / my dictionary 1, 2. And here is the name. Here is the name of the chatbot. So I want you to write po.com / my dictionary 12. And check the spelling of dictionary, please, there, okay? Do you want me to zoom this? Can you see it?
12.
You can see it, okay. 12, yes, 1, 2, 1, 2.
What do we write? What do we write?
po.com, then / then my dictionary 1, 2.
But he wants us to go to the center.
It works, yes. Does it? What does it say to you?
Talk to my dictionary.
Slash.
Yes. Talk to, can you show me your phone?
Slash.
My dictionary.
112. So you put here, talk to my dictionary. And of course you have to subscribe by Gmail. By Gmail. So you can do this in an instant. Please subscribe by Gmail. You can do this in a second. No, you Googled it. You put it here. You don't Google it. No. You go, yes, talk to my dictionary and create your Gmail account. Not with the phone number, huh? Yes, please give it to them. Give it to them. Okay.
And we write any random.
Type a message. You type a message.
Did you? Yes, right house. Now you have access to my dictionary. I can create this for my learners and give them access to it if they have phones. Again, that's very important to note. Now, right now, I empowered my learners with what I want them to use according to my objectives and goals.
You mean that I create these people for myself? So when I come to the classroom,
Create for yourself.
Okay.
Don't give them access.
Okay.
Of course, ESL advisor, you don't want to go in there.
okay,
You don't share that.
Sir, I'm lost.
Yes, I will help you. No problem. Now, before some of you have been successful with this. So, what I want you to do, very quickly, is this. I want you to try and create a chatbot. By the way,
how?
if you have for now, if you have an iPhone, for now, iOS, you can download it. But for now, they said that this is coming in weeks. In weeks, you can download it through the Play Store. For now, you can't. You have to use it on the browser. For now, but for Apple, you can download the app. What I want you to do now is to create a bot. What I'm going to give you is this. I'm going to give you suggested prompts. Can you please give next to me? These are a list. Sorry.
Here, so you put the prompt that you told us to do, and then you
Can I help you with this?
It's okay before I go, or that's something to complete.
Let me give you some prompts.
and there's something here in the bottom.
Sorry.
English teacher, and they don't
Here I say English teacher. English teacher.
For example,
Did you?
or dictionary. Where will you go?
Here. Give a run. Thank you.
So it's mine. It's mine.
It's yours. I'll give you another one.
Okay,
Don't worry.
thank you.
Don't worry. I have more. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yes, I have more.
So here I write anything I like, for example, like dictionary. Here,
Yes, let me
okay?
show. Yes, the name. Be creative. Create any kind of name you want. Be creative. No problem there. For the name you can choose any name you want. Okay, for your chatbot. Create any name you want for your chatbot. Now, what I'm giving you right now are prompts. I've divided them into two parts. For you, here, for you, for your learners. This is what you put in the place where you have prompts, so that you tell it to do what you want to do. Remember, very important, very important. So that if you are going to share, let me give you an example. Now, choose any you want and just write it down. For your learners, be an ESL grammar correction bot.
In bot name.
No, in the name, choose any name you want.
Yeah.
But this is in the prompt.
This is for your prompts.
Yeah.
These help you. This is a non-exhaustive list.
Yeah.
That is, you can use any or get inspiration from it. I'm just giving you this to help you as a first step. For you or for your learners. Okay? Go ahead. Try it. Yes, who needs help?
AI.
You need help. Let's go. I'll get your questions. Who needs help?
Where's the paper?
Here.
So you can get free.
Not here.
Ah, here.
Just in front of you.
I don't know why it's still. Yes, I don't know why it's still. This cross is weird. Yes, you need help. Who needs help? Who needs help? I'm here to help you. Yes, please. I'm your AI assistant. You have to put it here. Here. You can't find it here. You have to put it there. Yes. Slash my dictionary 1B. Yes. I can help you. Yes. Yes, I can help you. Just a minute. Yes, please.
Can we add the country name? Like Algeria?
Just take that.
Easy access.
Like I've done with you with the dictionary.
Because I'm trying to build
Yes. You can do that.
one for my student, but with very
Limited. So you tell it in the prompt. In the prompt, you tell it, don't do this, don't do that, limit yourself to this and that, and that's all. Whenever they try to do that, they will tell them, sorry, I'm an AI that only answers about this and this and that. That's all.
Please,
Yes,
please.
yes, I'm coming, I'm coming. You need help? Yeah, she has told me the same thing. I don't know why for certain people it's not. But for perhaps for others it's working. And for you, I don't know why. Yeah, it's because I've noticed that they have the same thing. Yeah. Try to figure out what is that. Or change the browser. Do you have Chrome? Try Chrome. Is that Chrome? Try Chrome. I don't know. Yes, yes, very good question. Now, you can use here Claude Instant or ChatGPT.
Yeah.
What's the difference? I said earlier that ChatGPT, this is my chatbot. It acts like me. And you can edit it by the way of you. So here, a good question that he asked is, what is the difference between the base bot? This is the engine behind. So what's there is Claude Instant and ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is the original, of course, we all know. Claude Instant, as I said, is a new company that former employees at OpenAI who worked on ChatGPT separated and created their own company, and they created this Claude Instant. So far, we don't really know which one is more powerful. We don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know. Now, what I'm sure about is that Claude Instant is faster because its servers are not as loaded as ChatGPT's. Now you have seen that ChatGPT, sometimes you enter, you have to wait forever. Or they tell you, come back later. Now with this one, no. And it seems to be less prone to hallucinate
This is
than ChatGPT.
the cloud one.
Claude. Yeah, Claude is less prone to
Professional.
make up things, which is a big problem with ChatGPT because sometimes it just goes crazy. So far, but to tell you which one is better, now with this I'm using Claude Instant because it's fast. It's just fast. You've seen those prompts were by Claude Instant, those answers, and they were like, woof, in a second. Yes. So choose between the two.
Please.
Yes.
Just to help me, please, with something.
Sure. I can help you.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, look, what is it? Active teacher. Shall I put a space between the
No,
words?
no.
Okay,
No,
great.
yeah.
And what about here?
That you can provide or leave it empty as you want.
If
Yes. Those prompts are just suggestions for me. This is somewhere to start. It's up to you to decide. Now, for
shall I?
the intro for you, it's for you to. The intro is once you tap the chat, once you have it tells it, ask me a question. For example, you put in the intro. Where is the intro? Below. So you put there, ask me a question, or if it is a dictionary, for example, you are creating. There, write down, give me a word, or ask me about a word. Now, once it pops up,
Shows off.
yes, for the learner, this is what it tells the learner to do. That's all.
Optional.
Yes, it's optional. All of those are optional.
Please.
Yes.
If I
Have you tried?
Yeah, but
Good.
If I have
Now.
if I have to put something here, what shall I?
Whatever you want to describe your bot. For example, if it's a dictionary, you write a description. This is an English dictionary. And this description, not the prompt, the description is going to show up to the learner. But your prompts will not show up. They are hidden. Okay? Now, yes, let's go. Last question, and we'll go to something else. We have half an hour left, please.
Intro means which one?
Yes, you take yes, you take just the po.com and the name of your bot. That's all. Yes. Wherever you want. Yes, you give them the link and they can access that from there. If, for example, you can create a prompt that says, ask my learners questions about my lesson, about my last lesson, and you can don't worry, you can create as many bots as you want. Nobody from the po.com is going to say, hey, what is this? You are creating millions of them. No, don't worry. So far, nobody has complained. So you can create as many as you want and customize them to your own needs and the level of your learners. Does it make sense? Okay, now please, if you hear me, clap once. If you hear me, clap once. That's better. If you hear me, clap twice. That's good. Let's put down the phones. I like saying this to my students. Let's put down the phones. Put down the phones.
Yes.
That's not all. That's not all. That's not all. So, I want to show you something else. My favorite right now. And I want to show you something else. That is how AI, for you as a teacher, can be your co-pilot. Can be your co-pilot. How can it be your co-pilot? We come back to the idea of support. We'll take one case, because we can't take many cases. We'll take one case, which is my favorite. I am a teacher at the University of Literature. I teach first year students literature, introduction. to literature or literary texts. So I like teaching English through stories. I like doing that. That's my favorite. That's how I learned English. Now, we'll take that case study, okay? Now, we'll go to a site called twee.com. Okay, we won't go now. Please don't grab your phones. This is not a prompt for you to grab your phones.
Yes.
No. No, not yet. Okay, just twee.com, right? What do you let's go there very quickly. This is twee.com. You have to sign up with Gmail. It's not difficult, it's very easy. I'll show you how. You go to twee.com. Then here you have tools. All of these are AI tools. Read and understand a text. Create a text on certain topic. Create open questions. Then we have them in reading. Then we have in make students speak, ideas for homework, etc. So all of these are tools. So you go to twee.com and you find different tools. Now let's try one. Okay, let's try one. Let's try create a text on a certain topic. We go there. We have a topic here. I have a topic ready already here. I put a topic, okay? So you just follow with me, right? Mm-hmm. So let's do that together as a demonstration. We are going to create a story, because I like teaching through stories. So, let me read it for you. My topic. Breakfast and family. A little 10 years old girl tells us about her, not his, because I put a boy at first. Breakfast at home before going to school in the first person. In the first person, so it's going to be I, right? She tells us first about what she has for breakfast, then she tells us about what her mother, father, and brother have for breakfast. The twist of the story is that the girl puts salt in her chocolate milk instead of sugar. So we have a little twist there, right? Yeah. Potentially, what do you think we can use this in a lesson form? If you have a lesson about what? Potentially.
Food. Family.
Yes.
Routines.
Family. Routines. Breakfast. Yes. All of that. You want that. You have taught that. Let's say you have taught that. You have taught that vocabulary. Now you want to practice it through a story. You want to drill that. And you want to enforce that. And help them practice that. Now, then let's change the his and her.
And about.
And about, what's good also is that it can correct your mistakes.
Like
so, the genre. The genre, we take a fictional story. We can have many others, but it's a fictional story. Then, now this time it means that this site was created by English language teachers for English language teachers.
Yeah.
So it's spreading. No tweaking around and using po.com to create your own, and no, this is even easier. This has been customized for you specifically, because these are the levels as you know them. Let's choose simple, A1, A2. Now, the target vocabulary. What vocabulary do you want to be in your lesson? Because you have taught certain vocabulary, you don't want them to meet new words and complicate the story. You want them to focus only on that particular vocabulary. So I'll take here, I have some here for you that I have created, and you put a comma, separate them by a comma, and you put them here, okay? And these are here 26, you can only have 20, okay? So let's take cappuccino, although I like it. Let's take,
Latte.
what? Latte? Where is latte?
But that
It's
is
in
so.
It's a drink.
It's
Yes, this one. Let's say espresso. Cake is good. I don't take cake, but it's good. For good. Regular. Yeah, where is regular? Yeah, regular. Take out regular. I'm not going to take out tea because I'm from Wurmla. These are some verbs that are important to remember. Okay. Yes, they can be important. Anyway, let's take scrambled eggs and let's take out toast. Let's do the magic.
Sorry.
Just a minute. Every morning I have breakfast with my family before. I don't want to read this.
Another program that reads the story.
Text to speech. I want to read this. I want to listen to this.
Spoon feeding you.
Whether it is spoon feeding you or not, these are tools. Use them the way you want. Wait, before you make a judgment. You can make all, as I said, critical thinking. So, think about how you want to use them. Okay, just let me show you, and then we'll talk. We can talk. No problem. You can use. There are two ways here that I would advise you to use. Number one, use the browser by Microsoft called Edge. Okay, Bing. Bing is the search engine. Now Edge is the browser, not Chrome. So what do? You select the text, starting from every until the last one. You right click, you go to open selection in immersive reader or read aloud. Now, I know you are used to text to speech. They sound robotic. They are boring. They have no life. They don't seem natural. That's not the case now with the new AI. So let's listen to selection.
I have breakfast with my family before going to school. For me, breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it gives me energy for the day ahead. I usually have cornflakes or oatmeal with milk and a slice of toast with jam or peanut butter. Sometimes, my mom makes pancakes topped with butter and syrup. Yum! My dad likes omelets with lots of cheese and veggies. My brother is a picky eater, so he usually has fruit like bananas, apples, or oranges with yogurt. My parents drink coffee or tea, but I prefer juice. But today was different. I accidentally put salt in my chocolate milk instead of sugar. It tasted really weird, but I didn't want to waste it. So I drank it anyway. When my mom asked me how it tasted, I didn't tell her the truth. I just said it was okay. Remember to double check next time I add something to my food.
Yes.
Breakfast is too important
Double check.
to me.
Now, you can, let's select this, right? Let's select this. You can make it shorter here, shorter. Okay, well, you can experiment with that. Now, let's select this. Let me come back to here. Just a minute. Oops. Yeah, this is because I'm not facing it, so. So you put, where is the immersive? Yeah, open in immersive reader here. So that you have only, if you want to share this on the screen like now, you can open it in immersive reader. And then in the reading preferences, for example, you do line focus, and you do this.
Every morning, I have breakfast with my family before going to school. For me, breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it gives...
It will follow.
Every morning, I have breakfast with my family before going to school. For me, breakfast is the most important meal of every...
Yes, that's it. Now, it's going to follow now.
I have breakfast with my family before going to school. For me,
You can put 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, as you want.
because it
You want them to
gives me
focus
energy
on
for
that,
the day
only
ahead.
on that.
I usually
Right?
have cornflakes
Now,
or oatmeal with
let's
milk
imagine
and a slice of toast with
that
jam
you
or
are,
peanut butter.
all of these are scenarios. All of these are scenarios. Now let's imagine you have grammar tools. Let's imagine you want to focus on pronunciation, syllables. Every morning, 2 syllables in morning. Let's imagine that you want to focus only on, you are teaching adjectives. You want to highlight only the adjectives and you pick up the color. You can do that, right? You can have many different tools. Now, you can translate it as well. If you wanted, you can translate it into English or Arabic. Now, wait, now. Here is the good part. Here is the good part. You can enable a picture dictionary. And so here you hit this.
For visual learners.
Yes. Let's for visual learners, or if you morning. Is it my connection? Okay, let's back up this. Just yes. And then here we will have a picture of a morning. And then here you can syrup, cheese, and you go on. But that's not the funny part. That's not the good part. You can create images. You can create images. So, built-in edge or edgy is this image creator. You click on that. Let's say I remember, but that was different. Let me first disable this. Let's say, but today was different. I accidentally put salt in my chocolate milk instead of sugar. It tasted really weird. Let's copy that. Go to image creator by AI, paste it, and create. We want them to visualize that. Haven't used this. I'm using it now. Okay? What it's going to propose, it's created now. Here. I can put a child, and it can give me a child, so that they visualize the story. Now imagine all the potential that you can have as a teacher preparing your lesson to come back to spoon feeding you. No, it doesn't. It is a way to support you. You can modify you can still modify the story. It's just giving you a scaffolding. I know you all know this word. Just scaffolding you. Now you can change, you can adapt. It's up to you. These are not ready-made spoon feeding. No, you can then have this line by line. Each sentence is next to it is an image, and you can create PDF, a story to give them. So all of this is in order to support you and save time, because we don't have time. We are busy all the time. I'll take 2 questions. Let's go, because I want to give you something to do. Let's go.
Can we create videos?
Videos is coming. Not yet. I'm experimenting with some of them. Adobe, you know Adobe?
Yes.
The one that created Acrobat. Adobe has created now a tool called Adobe Firefly. Personally, I've applied. I'm waiting for the response to consider if they can give us. But video creation is coming. It is definitely coming. The Microsoft has something, but it's not very powerful. It can create just seconds. Second question, and then I'll go to something else. Yes.
We should have a connection in our classroom to use such. Can I save the scenario on my computer?
Yes. Now, I will show you Edgy. Now, in case you don't, you say no. I'm a Google person. I want to use Chrome. I don't want to change my browser. Fine. Then you can use this site. Perhaps some of you have heard about it. Let me show you this site. It's called this one. It's called you can here Natural Reader. Natural, not yet, not your phone. Mazal.
Not your phone, no.
Not yet. Yes. Natural Reader. Free text to speech. It's based on the same technology that Microsoft has used. So you go to that one. Well, let's take our story. Take our story. Copy it. Of course, you can copy it into Word if you want to give it to them. Of course, copy it and then Control A, paste it here. Then you can choose the voice. We'll let it with the little girl. Play.
Every morning, I have breakfast with my family before going
And
to
here
school.
it's an internet site. You don't have to
Breakfast
switch
is the most important meal of the day because it
the
gives
browser.
me energy
You can
for
just
the
use
day
this.
ahead.
I think you can include
I
in your own
usually have
voice.
cornflakes.
Yeah, there is now that,
toast
but
with jam or
it's
peanut
more
butter.
complicated because
Sometimes
that's more
my
for
mom makes
professionals.
pancakes
I've
topped
been
with butter and
experimenting with this, but it's a bit
Yum.
more complicated. Now,
Dad likes
but
almonds.
that's not what we do, only what we do when we are teachers. We don't just create content, right? We create content.
Syllabus.
And we want, just a minute, we create content and we want to assess our learners, right? That's what we do. So here, when you do that, when you generate the text, then here you have, you go to more, you have word definition matching exercises based on the text. So, sentence with target vocabulary, discussion questions, fill in the gaps. Let's take, for example, word definition matching exercises based on our text. So you click on that. These are the words that we had in the text, right? Then we do the magic, and then we have cereal, a type of food made from grains, etc., etc. Okay? So you can create here exercises that match the definition with the word. And you can give them the definition alone, and then you give them the word and tell them match the words with the definition. And it does the job of putting you the imagine how much time you would lose for looking for every definition for these words. Even if you find the definition, then you have to make it short. Then after you make it short, you have to make it A1. So that takes a lot of time. All of that is subtracted. Okay? Now, you might think that this is the end, but it's not. So let's have quickly one last thing, and then we finish this.
Okay.
you can also have watch YouTube to text, create questions for a YouTube video. So you can, for example, click on this, put the link, the YouTube link here, tell it to give you what kind of questions do you want on the video, and then it's gonna create the video for you. But before I go there, I just want to finish with this one, which is just a minute, because do I have to come over there? Yes, this is fill in the gaps, right? This is fill in the gaps. Let's say you don't want to create, let's say you don't want to create a story. You have a story. This is The Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe. You have that in your syllabus. You have a textbook. You are teaching middle school, high school, wherever. You are teaching in private school. You have American English file, wherever it is. And you want the text in the textbook. You don't want to create one with AI. But what you want is to create activities for that. Ones that are outside of the textbook. Or if the textbook doesn't provide that. So, what do you have to do if you had to do that? You have the book. You don't have the digital text. You have to write this.
Image to text.
You have to write it. And then you have to come up with the questions. So now you can have image to text with AI. So, what do? You take a picture with your phone. So, we have here, what do we have here? Image to text. Upload image, right? Let me go to my, where is it? My dollar. Here is this. Taking the picture of this. First page. Make sure that it is the same. During, it's the same, right?
Yes.
I upload that. Open. I can limit it to only the text. Extract text. Hold tight. Then you have the text. During the whole, I'm reading it, you read from there. During the whole of a dull, dark, and soundless day in the autumn of the year, when the clouds hang oppressively low in the heavens. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you want to create gaps, right? Let's say you want to focus only on certain words. What do we focus on? Do we focus on, what do we take out? Suggest.
Adjectives.
Adjectives? Okay, adjectives. Let's take some of them. Dull, dark, soundless, where else? Give me another one which is the dreary, whatever. Now, you do the magic. So these are the words that we are going to take out. Because fill in the gaps, remember. So we take out those words, do the magic, then those words are taken out, and they are put here, and they have to put them in the place.
Yeah.
And you can create wherever you want. Use it in whatever way you want. Now, you can now grab your phones. Grab your phones. Go to twee.com. We won't, of course, have time to experiment with this for a long time, but go to twee.com, sign up. I'm not affiliated with this site, so I'm not doing a promotion.
So we go to the browser.
That's very important to say.
We go to the browser.
That is what?
We go to the browser.
Yeah. Google it or put it directly. twee.com. Now, you have to sign up with Gmail, of course. Now, I want to finish with this. You can experiment with this anytime you want. There are, I think, more than 15 tools so far, and they are experimenting with others. They've said that they are going to have many, many, many others. So, my question to you is, which tools are you more likely to use in your teaching and why? Let's have some participants here tell us which one are you considering. You haven't yet decided. Perhaps you are not even sold on whether to use AI in your classroom or not, but likely, perhaps you say, okay, let me see.
Okay, personally I would use the last one, tree.com. Yeah, because I teach ESP or VIP classes, and I have different people who have different needs, and I think this will really save me.
Yeah, it will. Sometimes it's life-saving. I agree.
It's very consuming, takes lots of time and research, different fields and different activities according to what skill they want to focus.
Gosh. And even for the po.com.
Yeah.
Like, I advise my wife to use it. She's a PhD student at the same time, and she's using it to help her with her PhD in the sense of being a PhD advisor. Like, tell me, what should I do? How is this good? Not to plagiarize, of course, but to like challenge you perhaps and talk to you. You need that. You don't have access to your supervisor all the time. Of course not. Anybody else? What are you going to consider it for?
I will definitely use Po because I find it very useful. You know, teaching is dynamic, and
yes.
I had the chance to teach medical English, so ESP, as the young lady. The hardest part is the syllabus.
Yes.
You are lost. They tell you teach ESP in medical English, and you are
and they tell you, oh, just go.
Yeah.
And now that we use AI, they want us to feel guilty. No, I'm not going to feel guilty. No, if you don't want to me to feel guilty, give me materials to use.
Yes.
Support me. Train me. Send me to other countries to. No. So you are very correct there.
Yeah.
At last we have something to support us. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's go.
Well, I'm already using tweets.com, which
Good.
is free. So
Yes, it's free.
But I'll definitely go. I'm a huge ChatGPT fan. I mean, I believe it's amazing.
Yes.
The greatest thing about it, because I have a school.
Yes.
I have like 14 coaches, and I have the back office team. So I need to save time. That's probably my biggest challenge is to save time.
Yes, that's the biggest challenge of any teacher. Yes. Now, I am very sorry we have to end this. So if you want to take a picture of this, this is with this is where you can find me online. Thank you very much. This was wonderful. This was better than I expected in terms of you participating and engaging with me. Before you go, I would like to take a picture with all of you.
Yeah.